Hello, my name is Johnny Bartz. Welcome to Fairlanes in Granville for the 64-man bracket anti-page tournament sponsored by Miller High Life. To my left is
Josh Verburg.
So today we had 64 bowlers that bowled 2 games of qualifying for seeding purposes. After the seeding round, they were seeded into a bracket where the winner's bracket is 2 game matches and the loser bracket is 1 game. So every bowler today was guaranteed 5 games, and now you'll be watching a championship match. Alright, welcome to the finals of the 64-man bracket Fairlanes Challenge, sponsored by Miller High Life, the anti-page bracket. In the championship match, we have Dave Wodka from the winner's bracket and Derek Nyenhuis from the loser's bracket. So, Dave's first shot leaves a 4-pin. So this format here is a 2-game match. If Derek happens to beat Dave, total pins the first 2 games, then we'll have a winner-take-all one last game. So Dave with a good spare. Derek is now up in lane 24. My co-host Josh Verburg is actually being quiet for once in his life, which is kind of ironic.
It's going to be interesting to see what Derek does here. But I mean, he's been throwing the ball really well in the last 2 pairs that came off him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
And this pair is completely fresh.
Ooh.
So Derek with a 6-7.
Looks like he must have stuck a little bit.
Ooh, gave a good round. Alright, so Derek got here by beating Aaron Phillips the first match. And then he lost the second match, and then he had to work his way back up in the loser's bracket. So during the loser's bracket, he went through Mark Minema, Mike Billett, Ben Rayburn, Aaron Phillips, Mark Narland, Brian Garland, Matt Jelsma, and Aaron Grondike. So obviously, Derek had to bowl a lot of single game matches to try to make it here, so it's a great job what he did.
He had a few matches that were super close.
A little wide for the 2-8.
Dave told me you must went out at 3-4 after. Hey, can you pull up there for 5? Can you put the bumpers down? 3-4 was good. That'd be the lane.
And that's a good spare.
Got the spare. So he must not like the footing on 23 and 24 at the moment. So Dave Wodka was a winner of the winner's bracket, and he went through Mike Corrigan, Chad Reefer, Mark Narland, Matt Jelsma, Brian Garland, and Aaron Grondike.
Yeah, Dave's last 2 matches, he's been throwing the ball extremely well.
Good shot by Dave.
This was with a strike.
So the winner of this will get $1,700. The second place finisher will get $900. So there's a decent amount of money being at risk right now. And Dave with a good looking shot, and oh, I guess the messenger. So during qualifying, we bowled 2 games of qualifying for the seeding purposes, like I said earlier. And Derek actually qualified 7th with a 484 total. And Dave Wodka qualified 33rd with a 408. Ooh. And then, good thing, weird thing about this is 23 and 24 have not been used yet today, so this is a completely fresh pair for both bowlers.
And Derek converts it.
Hooked right at the last second, and he was able to get the spare.
It's going to be interesting to see what type of adjustments Derek makes.
So Derek has 26 in the second. Dave's got 20 in the first, working on a double. There's a great shot.
Derek answers back with a good strike.
Dave up in the 4th frame. Ball holds at the last second. So a good strike by Dave with a 3-bagger though.
Looks like Bruce on the purple urethane.
I don't think it's a hammer though.
No, I don't think it is, but looks like he's throwing urethane, and I think Derek is throwing. Dave with a nice shot.
And he's got the ham bone.
or something? Yep, right there.
All right, so Derek is using the Web MD.
Oh, and he slips.
Oh, good shot with the
carries.
Every time you do that, you strike.
These things are slippery up here. It's an ice rink up here.
Derek up in the 6th frame, working on a double. Gets a little wide.
Up a little wide, light.
Left to 257. Chops at 2. So.
It's out to 2.
So Derek has 99 in the 6. Derek is a little frustrated at that frame. Dave working on a 4-bagger in the 6.
That's something you do later.
Dave with another great shot for a 5-bagger in the 6.
I don't know. I think Dave's going to be a tough guy to beat here. He's been throwing the ball really well the last 6 games.
Right before he turns 50 years old. So we had 63 bowlers today. We had one person not show up, and he is going to get yelled at pretty hard tomorrow on North Fairlanes for the fight club.
Not Josh Shreve.
Josh Shreve decided not to show, so
The guy failed to show up, and he failed to show up.
Maybe he slipped in the shower.
or he just couldn't find his glasses.
Those aren't glasses, those are goggles. Dave in the 7th, and answers with a strike.
He has a sealed goggles.
So Dave with a 6-bagger. Derek has 9-9 in the 6. Changing balls.
Notice you've only been throwing one ball every game.
The crowd's getting a little restless with some of the bowlers. Derek, flat 10.
Flat 10. Derek needs to convert this because he's missed a few earlier in the day, so. And
Good spare.
Derek looks like he's up there sliding quite a bit,
The peanut gallery over here is having a good time. Brian Garland, Charlie Brown, and Don Hall of Fame Nyenhuis. Rob Soma is just sitting here. He's usually my normal commentator with me, but he's just sitting there nice peacefully, just enjoying it.
enjoying the peanut gallery over there.
That was a good shot by Derek.
There you go, Derek.
So Derek has 119 in the 7th, working on a strike. Dave is working on a possible 290. Oh, Dave gets a little wide. Does it come back? It does.
And he answers back with another one. Like I said before, he's going to be a tough one to beat. He's been throwing the ball extremely well, especially the last 6 games.
Yeah, he only had one really bad game today. It was game 2 during qualifying. So it didn't really hurt him since everybody made the bracket.
I think in the last 6 games, I think he shot over 250 every game.
Yeah, he had 289, 279, 268. Remember off the top of my head.
Derek looks like he's running out of gas coming out of the loser's bracket after all the single games he's had to win to make it this far.
It is a mental grind. This isn't a short style tournament. To win this tournament, you do have to bowl a lot of games.
Especially if you get knocked into the loser's bracket relatively quick. Kept it tight and strikes.
Purple ball for the win on that shot. peanut gallery's talking, but there's no microphone next to the peanut gallery's camera. Now they're trying to do some Rocky
Charlie
IV
Brown's telling
references.
somebody to throw in the towel.
Another light shot.
Spend the rest of the time making fun of Shreve.
Derek leaves the 6-8. No, the 4-8, sorry. So everybody's saying that we should make fun of Josh Shreve some more. Okay. Well, he did beat me a couple weeks ago at Fight Club, which didn't make me happy.
A couple weeks ago, Josh Shreve definitely shreved everybody during Fight Club. He took out 3 or 4 guys right away.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Apparently last week, Rob Saloma took care of him.
Well, Reefer put it to him today. It was like 480 to 0.
Yeah, I mean, Shreve got 0 the first match, so Chad beat him 480 to 0, so. If you hear that in the background, it's Brian Garland being having a great time against Shreve.
Yeah, but it would have been nice, you know, since he begged you to have a spot here and then he just doesn't show.
Yeah, we had 2 people that didn't show up.
It's the best 63-man bracket ever.
Why, because you actually bowled well?
No, it's the only 63-man bracket ever.
The only 63-man bracket. Yeah,
Hey,
that's a good.
At least it's not a goose egg. At least one is better than none.
That's true.
And you didn't bowl all that bad.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I remember I lost my opinion.
lane 23 is definitely giving Derek a little trouble.
Actually, just before this match, the left lane gave Derek a bunch of trouble down a few lanes away.
So Derek finishes with a 179.
Well, let's see if Dave finishes it out for 290.
Dave with the first one to 10.
Well, you definitely Josh Payne's dad, didn't you?
And the peanut gallery still goes strong.
All right, Dave up in the 11th, still working at 290.
Oh,
Stone
Stone 7. And Dave with a 279. Here we start game 2. Hopefully Derek finds something to give him a shot. He's chasing about 100 pins. And starts with a strike.
So Dave up in the first frame.
Looks good.
And he trips it out.
Trips it out.
I have a record player here. Some guy likes to say what I say every time.
It's all because some guys have to be way above the gun and be an like Jeremy Bartz.
So Dave up in the second frame working on a strike. And he trips the 7 pin again.
Derek got a little wide, left the bucket.
So our catchers today, 13th through 16th was Nick Beach, Chad Reefer, Derek Case, Ben Rayburn. 9th through 10th, Ryan Mao, Eric Harmson, Charlie Brown, Aaron Phillips. 7th and 8th, Mark McNarland and Dennis Johnson. 5th and 6th was Chad Vandevelde, Brian Garland. 4th place was Matt Jelsma. 3rd place was Aaron Grondike. Derek with a spare. Derek is changing his shoe because he just can't get a good release on the, he's sliding too much. Now he went to a normal street shoe for his slide foot. We'll see how it goes.
Sticks a little better and smashes it.
So Dave is up in the third working on a double. Derek's got 40 in the second working on a strike. Dave got a little slow there. He's 6'10".
And Dave makes it.
So Dave's at 48 in the second, working on a spare. Dave's up now in the fourth frame. Dave held it in with the ball, and it holds for
And it holds.
Guys don't, yeah, we're not really talking too much right now. It's kind of a, Derek goes a little high in that one. for the 310. Some of the comments are kind of funny. Sharif didn't have his blue shirt today, so I think that's the reason why he was not here. And Scott, nobody shot 599 today. I don't bowl that good.
Oh, Derek misses the baby split.
So Derek has 66 in the fourth. Dave has 68 in the third, working on a strike. Derek's up in the fifth now.
Derek's got a lot of work to do if he's gonna catch up and make up that 100 pins.
And that one's a little in.
Tugged it inside and leaves a 3-pin.
Oh, you're not even trying. I don't really.
Yeah, he's still going.
This is a tough guy to beat.
And Dave answers with another strike.
I did up there and I had no idea what the fuck I was going to do.
So Dave's up in the sixth. We're gonna double.
Robbie coming tomorrow? Oh, wait a minute. Bartz, you?
Well, I've been sitting here watching you guys bowl all day. I'm gonna try to bowl tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you didn't bowl today.
I'd go, but I don't want to get shreeved, so.
Oh, the good news is he might not even show up. No, he's probably sleeping there tonight.
What, in the dumpster out back?
It's a lot of bowling time.
So Dave with the 410 gets to 4.
All right, Derek, here's your chance. Let's go.
So Dave's got 124 in the 6. Derek has 75 in the 9th.
Let's see what Derek can come up with here. See if he can get his footing.
And that's a good shot.
And answers with a strike.
Derek's up in the 7th. That ball chucked early, but it held and a good double. Dave's up in the 8th. 7th, I mean.
Strike the next 2 frames. Minimizing at 4 shots.
And
Trips to 10.
Good shot, Dave.
Dave in the 8th, working on a strike. Yeah, good shot.
That guy's pretty
doubles
good.
up.
That guy's pretty good.
Just a little bit.
You're pretty good too, though. Not this game, but overall, you're pretty good. You got a nice haircut.
Well, Brian Garland's talking a lot of crap right now, but
hey, that haircut's better than his dad's.
funny thing is, like, 2 of the last 3 weeks in Fight Club, he's been low man the first game.
I averaged 176 first game at Fight Club. True. You share this. That's not even on, is it?
Oh, yep.
All right.
Yeah, so Brunswick is now heavily sponsored on the webcam for a little bit.
You were there.
So Derek with a 10
Derek picks
pin.
up the 10 pin.
He made a comment that he was signed with a house shoe with a basketball shoes, so something must not be right with that pair for him.
Normally I'm home way before this, so I don't stay for the camera.
Well, Monday nights we have good camera work too. Me and Rob Sloan will top you up if you happen to show up on Monday nights.
That's if you show up.
Monday night, so.
If you don't shrieve everybody. Derek with a 4 pin. Ted says.
Already at a disadvantage.
Dave with a strike in the ninth. So there must be something on the concourse he approached because they're both wiping off their shoes. Derek just finished in the 10th. So Dave Wodka is the winner of the 64-man bracket tournament sponsored by Miller High Life. It was great won by a lot of people today. We did have one 300 today by Zach Newman. Oh, we had two 300s today.
McNarland shot 300 as well.
And Mark Hall of Fame McNarland shot 300 also. Derek just proved that he can bowl left-handed. Dave with a spare. So Dave can shoot a pass with 223. Derek will shoot 181.
81. And Dave with his final shot of the match. Shoots 221.
So the final score of 500, 360.
360.
So the final match wasn't as good as we hoped to be. It was kind of a little more difficult. Both bowlers had a little trouble with their slide foot. Derek especially had a little trouble with his slide foot. Did see Dave was trying to wipe his shoe off a little bit.
But I mean, you know, Dave came off a fresh pair as it was, threw the ball really well. I would say Dave had a slight advantage, minus the fact that he had to wait, what, 40 minutes?
A half hour roughly.
Half hour, 40 minutes before throwing this final match. So I think it was a little bit of an advantage because he got to bowl on fresh prior to this. So
that's the joys of being in the winner's bracket. You keep on going on fresh pair, where Derek had to keep on bowling on bad stuff, and he moved to fresh pair. And he wasn't able to quite find it, but nothing here had about. He did bowl a lot today, but he did make $900. Dave got 1,700, and so
Dave bowled really well today, all day, minus qualifying. He struggled a little bit, but after that, as he was saying down there, he said that almost every set was 500. So for 2 games, that's a good showing.
So later this week, look for the big write-up from me along with those brackets. I'll have everything in Excel posted for you guys. So didn't do all the scores yet because I was just trying to make sure everything else ran smooth today. So for Jeremy Bartz,
this is Josh Verburg,
and thanks for watching the 64-man bracket finals. Have a good night. All right, welcome back to Fairlanes Bowling Alley. Today we hosted the 64-man bracket challenge sponsored by Miller High Life. It was the anti-page bracket since we had a bad situation a couple weeks ago at Royal Sky, and I made damn sure we weren't going to have a page today. And I am sitting here with the winner, Dave Wodka. And so, as I was watching Dave bowl today, during qualifying, what was your reaction? Because you started with a decent game, and then you shot, like, I believe it was like a 174. So what was your thought process after qualifying?
So honestly, being that it really didn't matter other than seeding, once I had a couple opens in game 2, I literally threw every ball in my bag to understand what they were going to do on the patterns. And you know, once we got into the matches, I had 491 the first match and didn't have a match under 500 after that.
Yeah, I know you're throwing the ball really damn good. And then, so it was kind of funny because I was telling him where he's going in the next match, and then like he gets to like the winner's 5 bracket, and he's like, all of a sudden I go, yeah, Dave, you're going to a fresh pair now. He goes, really?
Yeah, I don't think that was exactly the words I used.
But He goes, okay.
It worked out though. The purple hammer just definitely came into play on the fresh pairs, and 3 straight 500s with a 550 in there, so can't complain.
Yep, so Dave went through the sets that he had to win 8 matches today, roughly. And how many games do you think he bowled today, off the top of your head? I think it was at least 12.
I bowled 16 games today. 7 matches and then the 2 of qualifying, so 16 games.
Yep, so this was not an easy tournament to win. It took a grind of a lot of people. Derek did his damnedest. He he lost his second match, and he had to work his way to the loser's bracket. So other than that, so once you got to the championship match, what was your game plan?
Same as it was the previous 2 matches. It was the purple hammer, and I was going to live or die by that. I wasn't going to change. I had just come off bowling 530 and 550, and we're bowling on another fresh pair, and I just knew he was going to have to bowl good to beat me. Yep. That's really, I just try to make good shots and make him bowl good to beat me.
And then I noticed that Derek was having a lot of issue with the sliding based on, I guess it was kind of a little powdery on 23 and 24. Did you have any effect? Did it affect your slide at all?
I definitely had to wipe my shoe down every time, but it's one of those days. I was in a good rhythm today, and really not much affected me today. It was just kind of in a good rhythm, and especially once we got into the matches and we just kept bowling, and I just felt good today. It was one of those days.
Yep. Well, I'm glad to see you out here. This is one of his last few tournaments before he turns 50, so he's got one more tournament with over 50, under 50, and so soon he'll be on the PBA 50 tour. And so, you have any plans for that in the future?
I'm gonna bowl as much as I can. I won't be able to bowl full time just because of work with Brunswick and being a sales rep and everything, but I'm gonna bowl as much as I can. I'm looking forward to bowling the PBA 50 regionals. Like you said, I got one more before I turn 50, so that'll be good. Get up tomorrow morning and bowl Fight Club as long as my body allows me to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, so for Ted Bullets, I mean, tomorrow you might have some really sore guys tomorrow, but it'll be kind of fun. Like, I'm itching to bowl. I sat here all day, watched all the bowling, didn't get the bowl, but hopefully we'll see each other in the finals day tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thanks to Miller High Life for sponsoring this. Thanks to Jason Butler and Fairlanes for hosting us. It was a great event, and thanks to Columbia 300 and Hammer for the great products for today. Couldn't have done it without them.
All right, so with Jeremy Bartz and Dave Wodka, thanks again for coming and watching today, and hope you guys have a good night.